evening drive. Let's talk about it. Hope you're having a wonderful afternoon. Give me a thumbs up as you come on in, guys. You already see by the title what we're going to talk about. So hopefully YouTube send out the notification. This morning, man, I think we had a good conversation as promised. I give you guys an update on the video meeting that I had with the YouTube Shorts team. What's up, DePaul? Yeah, man, Black Friday deals, man. I'm about to talk about it, bro. About to talk about it, and not only will I talk about it, but I'm going to give you guys an idea of how you can make money. What's up, King Dose? Not only will I talk about it, but I'm going to give you guys an idea of how you can make money. So back to this morning, we talked about what's going on with Google Shorts. Not every morning, but at least 2 to 3 times a week, I go live at about 6:50 Central Time a.m. and we just talk about all ways to make money, all kind of stuff. If your notifications are not turned on, please turn your notifications on. That way, whenever I'm live and if you're up that time of morning, then you can join us in the discussion. Just bounce ideas off each other. It's really for individuals who really want to look at getting different lines of income. Again, one of the things I preach and I suggest that you get 7 lines of income. You get 7 different lines of income. That's one of the things that I preach and I suggest. So we had a great conversation this morning about what's going on with YouTube Shorts. Who do that? AB Love with YouTube Shorts, and I attended the meeting. They invited me to a video meeting, and one of the questions was, "Hey, give me a thumbs up as you come in." One of the questions was, "Hey, how did you find us, and why did you have this group of content creators?" It was like 100 of us on the call. Now, YouTube have millions of people on the platform, and basically they say they look at your content. Either they look at your current content on your channel, either you was referred to them, or either they look at your other social media platforms, and that's how you were selected. So we had a great conversation about that this morning, and I told everyone, even if you don't have a lot of subscribers, and even if you're not monetized, what's up, Corey? If you're not monetized, um, if you do YouTube Shorts and they start to get traction, they have set aside $100 million. Listen to me, people. They set aside $100 million to pay people that's doing YouTube Shorts. So you don't need 1,000 subscribers or 10,000 watch hours to get monetized. If you start to do these shorts and they take off, that's another opportunity for you to make money. So that's what we talk about this morning. Give me a thumbs up as you come in. What's up? What's up? How you doing? So let's talk about it. Now, if you're not aware of the current situation of the supply chain in the United States right now, it's a hot mess. Now, here's the reason why it's a hot mess. Uh, One reason is because a lot of manufacturing shops in China were shut down at the height of COVID. Okay, that's one reason. Another reason the supply chain's messed up is because a lot of people in the US was at home too, wasn't working and stuff like that. So if you got all this pent up, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not gonna say pent up aggression towards buying stuff, but all this pent up energy, right? Um, and now you're back at work. Now you got more income in the home, and plus it's close to Christmas time. Now you're saying, "Hey, let me go ahead and start ordering this stuff." Well, most of the stuff coming from China, their manufacturing plants are backed up and behind. Okay, the people that work the ports like LA ports and all the other ports. What's up? What's up? Latif, work the ports. They're backed up. There's a report that there's 60 ships, cargo ships, over 60 cargo ships that's been stationed for days and weeks outside the port of LA. And each ship it take a couple of days for each ship to be unloaded. So here's the problem. Hear me out, guys. Give me a thumbs up. Always remember, whenever we take this drive, that is a bad area that I go through. So if we lose cell signal, Just bear with me. Just keep hitting refresh until I pop back up. So here's the thing, guys. It takes a couple of days for these cargo ships to be unloaded. So now you got a shortage of truck drivers for whatever reason. All right. You got China manufacturing plants coming back online, and they can't keep up with the demand because people in the U.S. a lot of them going back to work, right? And now they have more income because they're working, they're not budgeting as much. And Christmas is coming up, holiday season is coming up, okay? And so now there's a huge demand, there's a huge backlog. The supply chain is not working as it should, and so what companies are saying is that they're forecasting that they they will not be able to meet the demand for Christmas. All right, they're forecasting they will not be able to meet the demand for Christmas. So starting next week, big box companies like Walmart, Best Buy, stuff like that, even Amazon, I believe, next week they're going to start rolling out their Black Friday deals. Good to know, Tech, about this. Yeah, Henry, they're going to start rolling out their Black Friday deals. Now, here's my question to you guys: will you be looking for these deals? Right? Will you be looking for these deals starting next week? Will you be buying? Do you say algorithm go pro? Will you be buying these deals? Right? And the reason why I'm asking that is because most people, they plan on having um like some people have with their banks, they have a savings account. Sorry about that, guys. Bad sale area. Thank you for staying tuned. So most people's, like I was saying, most people's spending habits are based on that time of the year. So if you watch us in the morning, we always talk about having access to credit, a line of credit, credit cards, or whatever. You can do a couple of things. So we already know the supply chain is jacked up. We already know the current administration, now they got it to where people are going to be working 24 hours to try to add some relief to the supply, try to add some relief to the supply chain. We already know this. However, experts are predicting that even with these added measures, it still would be hard for these companies to meet the demand. Like Costco, like they chartering their own ships to try to fill their shelves, right? They kind of create their own mini supply chain to fill their shelves, all right? Being that most people look forward to Thanksgiving night to go shopping, right? Hence Black Friday. Um, Most people look forward to that, and the check circulates around that. Think about if you had access to capital right now, being a high limit credit card, right, or the ability to go get a personal loan, which I don't recommend. You really don't want like no revolving loan, but it just depends what your business model is. If you have access to high credit limits or some type of access to capital, bro, when these sales go on next week, man, guys, when I tell you we got to think differently, when I tell you we got to think differently, it's no different than the stock market, right? You look and see what's going on, what's being forecasted or whatever. Because these companies are they're forced to put these sales on because why? Man, they want to get the stuff off the shelves. What's going to happen is people will wait, okay, to try to buy stuff last minute, all right? And because the supply chain is jacked up, I would like to send you information for anything one needing free terminal credit card online. Hey, just send me an email, techinthebathroom@gmail.com. Techinthebathroom@gmail.com. TECH indiebathroom@gmail.com. All right. People going to wait to the last minute, guys, and the demand is going to outweigh the supply. So what's going to happen? Prices are going to skyrocket. Now bear with me. Bear with me. Let me give you a quick economic lesson. Lessons or lesson. A quick economic lesson. The reason why they call it Black Friday is because most companies all year round they run in the red. Red meaning that, hey, I'm at a deficit. All right, I'm not making profit, and a lot of people don't understand this about a business. See, people we've been conditioned to think that debt is bad, and we already did a live in our early morning show, and we talk about good debt and bad debt. But you can use debt to leverage your business to where you're making money. So, for example, I could be making payroll, and let's say like a net 30 company. If you have a business, you have a net 30 company. What that means is that there's a company that's going to give you products up front for free, and you pay them at the end of the month, right? Or at the beginning of the month, however it's set up. So, when you have a business, you're getting a lot of things on credit, right? So, you operating, please refer some people to me. So, you're operating on a magnitude to where every month, boom, I'm putting this on a credit card, or every month, boom, I'm putting this on credit. So when Black Friday come, right, that's when you sell out your merchandise or most of your merchandise to begin a new cycle. So that's when your books go from red, right, from owing people, all right, to when you start to prepare to close your books out because the beginning of the year is coming. You start to prepare to close your books out, right, and you sell out or you mark down all your extra merchandise, okay, to where you take that extra capital and you pay off all of your creditors, and it go from red to black. So that's why they call it Black Friday, because that extra capital you're making, okay, you're able to pay off all of your creditors. So that's why you got the term Black Friday. So this was going to happen. People are conditioned. We are people of habit. People are conditioned to buy things certain times of the year. Like I said, you might have a savings account. You might be waiting for a annual bonus or something like that. And now these things are going on sale earlier to get ahead of the demand. But look, we already know from the professionals, it's just like the stock market, you got to know what's going on currently, all right, in the world. We already know from watching current events that, hey, even with the White House efforts to mitigate the backup in the supply chain, that experts are still saying that they're not going to be able to meet demand. So next week, these companies are like, man, look, we got to start dropping these sales because I'm trying to get my books from red to black. I'm trying to get rid of this stuff. I don't want to get stuck with this stuff because what happened is when when the supply is limited and demand goes up, then what happened, right? What happens? Then the price goes up. The price goes up, and when the price goes up, then people can't afford it, and then what usually happens? The company potentially gets stuck with that item. Now I know what you're saying. You're saying with tech. You're saying with tech. If the supply is limited and the demand is high, wouldn't they sell it? Wouldn't they sell those items automatically because the demand is high? Not necessarily. They might sell some items, but it's like the grocery store. But let me use the gas station. Like the gas station don't make money off the gas. They make pennies on the dollar off the gas. They make their money by the items and the store. That's why if you go in the gas station, a bag of chips might be $1.50, right? If you go in the grocery store, that same bag of chips might be $1. They mark the price up, all right? They mark the price up because they're getting you into the gas station by buying gas. So, yes, popular items might sell, but it's going to reach a flexion point to where people are going to say, that's too high. That's too high. So let's say I have a store. I have a store, and a high item is hoverboards. Well, the people that selling hoverboards know that it's a popular item, so I don't have a lot of leverage. So I'm gonna get whatever I can get, right? In my negotiations, I might say, hey, look, I want to buy your hoverboard for $20 and go back and sell it for 40. They're gonna be like, nah, this is a high item, you know what I'm saying? Buy it for 30, $35. This item is popular, it's in high demand. Buy it for $35 and you make $5. Where you're not gonna pass up as a business person, you're not gonna pass up the opportunity to make a profit off of something, especially if it's in high demand. But you're only making $5 off of that. All right. Now, now that same thing goes up from $40 to now $45. So it's potentially eating into your profits. So all right, I'm breaking even now. It's just wasting space on my shelves or on my floor. I'm breaking even now, so I got to go up on my price. So you go up on your price, which pass on to the consumer. The consumer is going to be willing to pay that price to a certain extent. However, you already wasn't making a big, major profit off of that. You was using those big item tickets to get people in the store to buy. Oh, you getting a hoverboard? All right, you probably need a charger. All right, hoverboards come with charger. I'm just using the example. You need a Bluetooth whatever. All right, you probably need batteries. Where I have my batteries marked up. I'm using those big ticket items to get people into my store so they can buy other things that I have marked up. That's how I'm going to make my profit. So yes, the demand is going to be high for certain items and the supply is going to be less, and the consumer is going to be willing to spend up to a certain point. Then you got to look at inflation. So the dollar, might not go as far as it used to go. Basically, what I'm trying to say, guys, if you're understanding what I'm saying, is that it's a hot mess. That's why they doing these Friday sales. That's why they rolling these sales out next week, because they scared that they're gonna be left holding the bag. Here's the good news for you, and here's the good news for you that's watching. Please give me a thumbs up, guys. For those of you that's watching, here's the good news for you. If you have access to capital, you can start gobbling up some of these things, man, that's going to be on sale. You can start gobbling up some of these things that's going to be on sale. Hey, fire sticks, boom, on sale. Let me start gobbling it up. All right, swipe the card or whatever, and then I sit on it. I sit on it. Okay, you already know things you should gobble up or things that's high in demand and see what the sale prices are. Right? You already know, based on current events, that hey, most people don't have access to capital. All right, most people don't have access to capital. Tech, how you know it's in people's pockets? A study that was done about 2 years ago said that the average person, if they had an emergency, they couldn't afford $460. So that lets me know that most people don't have disposable income just sitting in their bank. But if I have a credit card or a line of credit, or if I watch Tech in the bathroom channel and I'm on with them early in the morning and I didn't got some ideas of how to start businesses or get access to that capital, I'm gonna start gobbling stuff up. I'm gonna sit it down, all right, and then around Black Friday when everything is sky high, all right, I'm looking at my profit margins. If I bought it for 35, I might sell it for 43, $45, $10 profit or whatever. Here's another opportunity for you. Here's another opportunity for you. If you follow the channels, every now and then I do shorts. I've been doing more shorts as of late. But a couple of months ago, I don't know if I did it on YouTube or TikTok. This is why you guys should follow me on TikTok too. Not only do I do funny things, but every now and then I do financial things. All right. I buy merchandise, return pallets. All right. I buy return pallets. Now, when you get these pallets, it's a calculated risk. What they usually tell you is that 70% of the items are going to work. In my case, most of my money is ate up in delivery because I live in a residential area and I got to get a truck with a lift. All right, and then it depends how many pounds it has. So I might buy a pallet for $600 and I might pay an additional $650 to have it delivered. But off of that pallet, I can make profit $1,000, $3,000. All right, guys, consider doing your research on buying return items because if the supply chain is backed up, And there's items that people can't get. If you had return items, man, around Thanksgiving time, man, just start hitting Facebook posts, you know, start making Facebook posts or whatever, put it in a marketplace, eBay or whatever. All right. So you just brought stuff that is used, yes, used, but like new, okay, used, but yeah, like new. Always test all of your products, make sure that they're working. I give my people a 24-hour period. All right. So you got 24 hours to return this. Why? Because before it left my house, I already knew that it was working. You got 24 hours to return this. So now either I'm using my access to capital or credit to buy these Black Friday sales that's coming up, okay? Or I'm using my credit card or access to credit, right? Leveraging my credit access to capital to buy these return pallets to where when people are trying to find merchandise, I got it already on deck. I got it already on deck, guys. So I'm telling y'all, man, it's as simple as that. It's not hard. It's not hard. Now, the hardest thing when it comes down to Black Friday sales is that people fall in love with items. Now, I'm not. Now, listen. If you watching this live, please give me a thumbs up, guys. Give me a thumbs up. It's gonna help. It's gonna help YouTube send this live out to other people. All right. If you watching this live and you just want to know about, you know, a certain item that's going on sale for Black Friday, then this live is not for you. If you're watching this live and you just want to buy, you just want to find out when the Black Friday sales will begin to roll out. I already said it. A lot of the big box companies and I think Amazon also next week they're going to be rolling out their Black Friday sales. I think Amazon already started to roll out some of their sales on their Amazon items. So check your Amazon pages, guys. Look and see what the prices are on 4K Max, and stuff like that. All right. This live is for people that's looking to generate income off of the supply chain debacle. Listen, one of the things I learned, guys, is that every problem that exists in your community, somebody benefits from it. That's the organizing principle. Every problem that exists in your community, someone benefits from it. What do I tell you guys what a business is? A business is simply finding a problem and offering a solution. So what's the problem in this scenario? The problem is supply and demand, and the supply chain is jacked up. Now this totally off the subject. You guys know how my mind works. Let me get it out. Totally off the subject. Those of you, I talk about this the other morning when we talk about buying your worst investment ever, turning your worst investment into from a liability to an asset. I talk about cars, right? How you can make money with cars even when they depreciate. All right. The problem is the supply chain, guys. You don't need a CDL license. I talk about this. You can go get your truck, $6,000 dually truck, $10,000 dually truck, a reliable truck that got enough horsepower to pull a nice size trailer, and you can hot shot it, and you can get paid $2,000, $3,000. You can drive 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day, and because you're independent, you just connect with a dispatcher, and you literally can work 2 to 3 weeks out the money if you want to. Or you can get yourself a van, a cargo van. Like I told you guys, go check out this TikToker that was doing it, a cargo van, and you can that amount a day, a week, just driving 8 to 10 hours a day. Why? Because drivers are needed, and not just truck drivers with CDL license. Drivers are needed, so the money is there. That's another way you can, man. It's out there, people. It's out there. It's finding a problem and offering a solution. So supply chain jacked up. We already know that people's going will be looking for these items. Okay, why not get ahead of it? Why not get ahead of it? We already know, man. Think about your spending habits. Yeah, you might plan on buying your kid. You might plan on buying your kid that latest PlayStation 5. Okay, when PlayStation 5 is supposed to be $500. When you go to buy it, what's your limit? when you see that they're selling it for $1,100, $800, right? $2,000. What's your limit? What you willing to go over? Most parents or most individuals going to be like, "She, I'm going to wait till they come down." But what happened if you are in? I'm just using PlayStation 5 as an example, something that's in high demand. What happened if you are an individual to have that item, bro? If you have those items that's in high demand and people's not willing to pay those higher prices, okay, that they have in the store, um, you basically have all of the leverage. You basically have all of the leverage. Let's see what we got here. Here taking the bathroom, get information. I already know about most of the things you're talking about, but for people who don't know, wait, people who don't know, yeah, good information. Yeah, man, like it's not hard, man. It's not hard. If you already have these items or access to these items, you have all of the leverage. You have all of the leverage. No problem exists in the community that someone isn't benefiting from. All right. Another thing that I was told is that a good you never let a disaster go to waste, right? You never let a disaster go to waste. And basically what that means is that you don't want to be an individual that just crying, "Oh, this happened to me," or "This is wrong in the world," or "This is bad in the world." You don't want to be that individual. Or the supply chain backed up. Oh man, the supply and demand driving the prices up. You don't want to be the individual complaining. What you want to be the individual say, "All right, yes, yes, there's problems in the world. Let me put on my thinking cap. Let me start get some solutions going, right? Let me put my head together with some people, or let me, spend some long nights researching or whatever. Let me get some solutions going because that's an opportunity for me to make money, bro. I get passionate about this stuff, man, because we listen. I'm not a financial advisor, I actually suck at financial advice, but the basic is see see a need to feel a need. Yeah, yeah. The basics is simple. And that's what I try to tell people is that, man, look, when I started my first business, I was like, bro, man, I'm not good at all of the books and stuff, keeping the books, and I'm not this, I'm not that. So what are your strong points? Well, I comprehend things fairly well. I'm good at, and what I do for a living, my professional job is, as a consultant, I'm good at taking complex issues, comprehending it, and breaking it down for regular people to understand. For some reason, God gave me that ability. He also gave me a list, and he placed me down in Louisiana with a southern twang. All right. So so I basically, and he decided, all right, to make things even harder, let me go ahead and bless you with the deficiency with hearing deficiencies, right? So uh I have hearing problems. I had this ear surgically repaired. I was supposed to go get the other one, but because I had such a bad experience, I never went back. So I grew up basically not hearing any vowels and syllables and words. Basically, everything sounded muffled or whatever. So I came here, right? And my speech isn't the best, but he decided to give me comprehension skills and bless me with the skills to be able to explain complex things. So I tell people, man, I can't hear, I can't talk, and I wear glasses, I can't see, right? So when I walk in the room, I'm the hardest working person. That's why I get excited about this stuff is I know my limits. So I'm not good with this. I just put somebody around me that can do it, or I outsource it. There's no reason for individuals watching this live. Please give me a thumbs up. There's no reason for individuals watching this live to see that companies are being forced to start their Black Friday sales. Why? The supply chain is jacked up. What can I do? How can I benefit from this? How can my business benefit from this? How can I start a business that would benefit from this? It's as simple as that, guys. As simple as that. Here's the thing. What they said in that movie, man, if you build it, they will come. Now I was naive when I first started. Seven streams of income, 7 streams of income. That's what you're aiming for. I was naive when I started buying pallets because I was like, "Ooh, I know people want this. I know people want that." So I get the pallet, and when I get it, they start taking off. I start advertising and stuff, and then after that, stuff started dying down. Stuff started dying down. So I'm like, man, bro, like I don't know these pallets for me. When you look up again, they sold out. They're gone. All right. So that taught me patience. Everything you get will not sell out overnight, but you're looking to hit certain markers. So in my case, whenever I buy a pallet of returns and I'm selling it, I'm looking to make my money back. Once I break even, whoo, I can play around with everything else. Everything else is profit. Everything else is profit. Simple arithmetic, guys. That's it. Now, all of the paperwork and filing and taxes and stuff like that, outsource that to somebody else if you're not good with that. You have some people that they are extremely good with numbers, but they not good with advertising. For whatever reason, they're not people persons because most of the times people that's good with that, they keep their head buried in the computer and what I call them number lovers. That's what they love to do. They love to analyze. They're very analytic, but they good with numbers, but not with people. All right, good. You can get involved too. Do the numbers. What's up, Uno? Do the numbers, okay? Now that you're doing the numbers, only thing you have to do now is outsource it. Get somebody, right? Get somebody to go ahead and basically run ads for you. You can pay somebody to run ads for you. All right, it's easy, simple as that. Get somebody to run ads for you. Putting your business out there, exposing your business or whatever. Pay a social influencer, a YouTuber, a TikToker, an Instagrammer. Have them promote your product, and then you just do what you're good at, your numbers thing. It's all about surrounding yourself with good people. So the supply chain jacked up, supply and demand. These companies, right? These companies, you got to realize these companies got people that's analyzing the market 24/7. So we as lay people on the outside looking in, guys, give me a thumbs up as you come in. On the outside looking in, we said we asked ourselves the question, why are these individuals placing these items on sale? You do your research, you find out, well, because the supply chain messed up. They don't want to get left whole in the bag. They don't want to get left whole in the bag. So therefore, me, I'm like, shuck, let me see a need. All right, yeah. I read that already. I'm like, all right, let me see how I can get in on this. Let me see how I can get in on this. You should be the same way. A lot of my subscribers are from the streaming community, right? If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Also, turn on your notifications to all because I go randomly live a lot, especially lately. Um, a lot of my subscribers are from the streaming community, and you know how I feel about the streaming community mindset, and why I've been trying to change a lot of your mindsets is that you've been conditioned, right? And I'm part of it too. I'm part of the problem too. You've been conditioned to be a consumer. With a new Android box come out, even my channel, Tech in the Bathroom, right? When we review all kind of gadgets, you've been conditioned to buy the latest and newest things. Now, on a certain level in the streaming community, we also condition you to see how you can resell it too, right? But primarily, you've been conditioned to be a consumer. You're being conditioned to be a consumer. I've been trying to change your mindset and say, hey, look, things in the streaming community is changing. You might want to consider if you're making money or if it's a side hustle in the streaming community. Thank you for the thumbs up. You might want to consider looking at different incomes, right? Bringing in different lines of revenue into your home. And that's when I started talking about NFTs and cryptocurrency and Shiba and started explaining to people what decentralized coins and stuff are. Got it. If you're not in the digital space, man, you're missing out. I'm gonna say that right now. If you're not in your digital space, you're missing out. And I prove it time and time again. If you're approved for a credit card, 9 times out of 10, when you open up the app, you already got access to that card. You got a digital card. The numbers and stuff is right there. You can start using it immediately. Your kids buy V-Bucks. What they buying? They buying stuff in the digital world, right? Gaming world and all of that. If you're not invested in the digital space, you're missing out, because that's where they're going. That's where society is going. So you've been conditioned to be a consumer. I'm trying to get you to condition your mind to say, all right, I'm not going to fall in love. I'm just one of those people who doesn't like to shine, make noise, low key person, just the way I am. Word of mouth is how I roll. Let the product or service or whatever do the talking. Yeah, I mean, so this is how I feel about that. What's my philosophy, guys? I always tell people you will only go as far as your hustle take you. You will only go as far as your hustle take you. So if you content with what you're making monthly, or yearly, or daily, or weekly, all right? If you're content, can't nobody tell you nothing, because that's the level you want to be at. If you are an individual that have a mindset to excel, ambition, all right, then you got to find ways to level up. And one of those ways to level up is advertising, okay? But it's not for me to tell any man or woman or child how big their business could be. Your business is going to be as big as you want your business to be, and can't nobody tell you nothing about it, in my humble opinion. So we've been conditioned to be consumers, and what usually happens is that we fall in love with the product. I'm gonna say it again. We fall in love with the product. Something new come out of sell. I'm guilty. New cell phone came out. Like my wife, I'm gonna tell you, my wife. So I still got the Note 10. I'm team Samsung until I got this iPhone. All right. So I got this iPhone last year. My wife knew that I usually get a phone every year. So I got like 4 phones, right? I got like 4 phones active, okay, for my businesses, all right, for my business, all right. I primarily use 2 phones. Okay, one is a business slash personal, and this is just a personal phone, the iPhone that I'm on now. She was like, "Oh, you ain't gonna get that new Galaxy Fold?" It's like, "No, I ain't getting it." I was like, I can't justify it right now. It really, it really ain't doing nothing that pops out to me, because she know I'm the type of person, and you can tell by the channel, that I love gadgets, I love technology, I fall in love with it. What happened when we fall in love with things? Okay, we miss out on the opportunity to monetize it. And we be willing to pay whatever, especially when they're giving us deals like, oh, do installation payment. Who care if the phone only costs $400 to make in channel? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pay that $1,500, and by the time I finish paying for it, it might be 2 grand. So we've been conditioned to be consumers, but things like this, we need to look at it and say, all right, how can I take advantage of it? What's good, Alexandra? How can I take advantage of it? So I give you guys a couple examples. You can either buy merchandise and sit on it. In my case, buying return items, pallets of return. And you'd be surprised, man. You can buy some, you can catch some stuff, man, for like $300 or whatever, 350 or whatever. My first pallet I paid 340, but it's the shipping that killed me, you know. But you can spend less than 2 grand, right? And you can make profit 900, 3 grand plus, depending on whatever items you get. And if you buy a whole truck, you really can make some money. Success, money, fame, it can, and more people change you as a person, and it can make you or break you personally. Uh, I'm not a person who could handle being a millionaire. Too much attention. You know what? So Yeah, I mean, yeah, know yourself. Everybody's goal is different. My goal is to be a multi-millionaire. I want to leave my family generational wealth, right? So, that's why I'm always learning. I'm always pushing myself. That's why I'm always pushing our digital products. If you haven't got the video course, sixfigurejourneys.com, if you think this information is good, all right, if you think this information is good, you need to see all of the information that we give you in a six-figure journey course that's in the description of the video, right? Also, guys, I'm gonna get back to that before I lose my train of thought. I got a call with an AT&T rep today, and it's a young lady. My sister went to school with her. She's going to see what the meeting's going to be to see if I can start doing SIM cards, and she activate them. If I get that, it's a game changer. I don't know if Paul is still on here, but if I get that, no offense, but I would like to try it. I would like to if I get that, Paul, you already know. Paul, you already know. I'm reaching out to you if you're still on here. We got the hotspot, how to sell hotspot video course too. Another way to make money. Basically, guys, when I create these video courses, how to start an LLC, we have that. When I create these video courses, man, I'm not just saying, hey, let me just throw this up and put the video course up there. It's basically me using myself as a case study, or me making an investment in something and see how it works. And then if it goes according to plan, then I put the product out there. I put the product out there because I know it worked. Okay. Yes, I have had some failed ventures. I have made some. I'm not gonna call them bad investments. I had invested in a lot of educational products to where I learned what to do and what not to do. When it is a success, I put together a package step by step and I put it as a video course. So don't forget to look in the description of the video and see what exactly video course you might be interested in. Back to Uno. I had this conversation with someone the other day talking about whenever being successful, hitting a certain status. And my friends and family, they know is that when I hit a certain financial status, I will change. Hear me out. I will change. Now, my morals and values might not change, but I will change. What you mean by you going to change, Tech? I'm not going to eat the same thing I've been eating. I'm not going to wear the same thing I've been wearing. I'm not going to live in the same place I've been living. Therefore, I'm not going to be around the same people I've been around. So when people go when I reach my goals and people say, "Oh man, Donald, you changed." Yes, I have changed. And the whole reason, talking about me personally, the whole reason I work so hard is to change. I want to change my zip code if possible, because I want to have homes in several zip codes, right? I want to change my spending habits. Now, people say, all right, I see people walking around looking like they homeless and they be millionaires. Yeah, but guess what? When they go to most of them, not all, no, not generalizing. When they go to a board meeting or they go to like a fancy dinner, they're not wearing a million warehouse suit. They're wearing Armani suits. They're wearing Italian suits. They're wearing alligator shoes. So every day they might dress a certain way, right? But when it's time for them to be in a professional setting, they have access to some of the best stuff. All right. So me personally, my goal is to be financially secure so I can change. I can change my life and change the life of my kids. That's my goal. So yes, I will change when I reach my goal. Not my values or my morals, but I will change. Not trying to be negative at all or anything like that, but I heard and seen most millionaires. I heard and seen most millionaires fail or bankrupt at least once before succeeding. Wishing you all the best. Been there, done that. Well, I haven't. I haven't filed for bankruptcy, but been there, done that. That's when I told you about the education. And I've been repossessions, foreclosures, hard times, trying to meet bills and stuff like that. Look, I tell my kids this: you can be wrong 1,000 times. Look, to be an entrepreneur. It takes a special type of person to be an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs are a different breed. A lot of people, they just want to go to work and get a check. This is when I made up my mind that I didn't want to do that anymore. My wife is an LPN, all right? She work in administration at a facility, all right? So she go to work, she get a check. That's good. My wife, she's good with that. Me, working in the nonprofit world, all right? Even in a for-profit world, whenever something happened, the company's not making money, nonprofit, you don't get the grant, all right? They cut your pay. They cut, I was on salary. They cut your salary. Now, if I was making $35 an hour yesterday, but because we didn't get the funding, now I'm making, $20 an hour. How my value change? If I would work $35 an hour to the company, and the way it work is if the company paying you $35 an hour, the way it work is this means that you usually work 70, 90, $100 to the company per hour, all right? Because they're giving you a percentage of what they make off of you. That's how it works, guys. They're giving you a percentage of what they're making off of your skills, all right? Your value, they're giving you a percentage of what they're making off of your skills. So I decided that I no longer wanted to exchange time for money. What I wanted to do was to exchange value for monetary gain. And what that means is that, let's say you wanted your house painted. Instead of paying me $10 an hour, man, just pay me $700 to paint your house. You know, all right? I can get that done in one day or whatever. That way, I ain't coming here 2 and 3 days and you like, oh no, you taking too long. If you work for a company, you taking too long, I'm cutting your salary, right? Because the company know that they're charging the client $700, okay? And so they might pay you out that $700, they might pay you $100 total. Or there's a day's work or whatever, all right? I'm gonna pay you, let's say you're on salary, I'm gonna pay you $100 per that day. So let's say things get slow and the company adjust their prices. They go from $700, right? Because things slow and nobody getting homes painted. All right. So they drop it to $500. Then they're gonna cut you from $100 to $50. Nah, man. My value is my value. So me personally, I decided that I no longer wanted to exchange time for money. I have a certain skill set. This is what I believe my skill set is worth. I do consulting work. So when I pick up the phone, or when somebody call me, I don't care, they talk to me for 5 minutes or they talk to me for 35 minutes or an hour. It's $100 an hour. It's $100 an hour, and I'm overvalued. I'm undervalued because the things that I'm giving individuals, and this, like, let's say like one of my students, all right. True story. A lot of times people buy a product from me, all right. They'll buy a product from me, and then they'll be like, all right, I looked at it or whatever. They email me, I looked at it or whatever, but I need to bounce something off. I need to bounce some ideas off of your head. Only thing they want to do is just bounce ideas off of my head. Why? Because they know I have experience in this space. $100. They might call me and they might ask me, well, where do I get X, Y, Z from? And I might say, oh, you go here, you get that. And 9 times out of 10 is in a video. 9 times out of 10 is in a video. I'll be like, look in the video, whatever. And they be like, cool. And now they filibustering because they know they got a whole hour left. I already answered their question, right? They already paid me $100, okay? But the information that they have, when applied correctly, help them make $5,000, $7,000, $10,000 a month. SixFigureJourneys.com, I'm literally showing people how to make over $100,000 a year, right? And I'm giving you options. It's not just one option. I'm giving you different options, different things you can do. So some of my students, they might get in, they might be like, hey, the credit one, or hey, the Google skills one, or hey, you say that this is what you're doing to make money right now. Give me an idea about that. All right. So they buy the video course and they also buy my consultation time, and a lot of them or some of them do it more than once. They might be $300, $400, $500 into the process before they start their business because they realize the importance of investing into yourself. That look, when you get to the level to where you failed enough times, right? You always gonna fail at things, especially if you're ambitious. If you're ambitious, right? You're always gonna fail at things, right? But there's lessons learned. You buying education. I tell people, why reinvent the wheel? If somebody already went through it, right? For example, we're talking about the supply chain, and we're talking about these best Friday, Black Friday deals, right? Problem, solution. If you already see somebody that like I mentioned, that TikToker, they got a cargo van, why go out and just go try to get a cargo van and then try to figure it out? I go to that. If I'm interested in that, I go to that page and I inbox that individual and see if they have like an online course, or do consults, right? How can I invest into learning this business? So all of the money and all of the time that they spent doing whatever they spent doing, learning how to get paid all of their money just with a van, you taking that shortcut. You don't have to go through all of those troubles. I am a big believer in investing in yourself, right? So you don't have to pay a heavy price. Now, sometimes when they have new problems, all right, you might be the trailblazer to where you might have to be the one to figure it out on your own. You might have to be the one to figure it out on your own and make those mistakes. And I tell people, document it, bro. Document it. Document it. All right, what you're going through, what worked, what didn't work, document it. And then after you got everything down, then you should be able to share that with somebody. Whether it's an ebook or a video course, you should be able to share that with somebody, man. Don't allow anything you go through in life to be for nothing. Don't allow anything. Once you find an answer to a question, that answer have value in somebody's life. It just depends on what question you're answering. All right, depends on what question you're answering. Once you answer enough questions that a lot of people need an answer to, or once you solve enough problems, man, you can charge what you want. Look, I remember one time with the organization I was working for. All right, I mean, one time, one of the grants we had is that in the grants we needed a consultant. All right, they wanted the organization to do like an audit. They needed a consultant. I love hearing it and seeing someone with drive, ambition. You you have and happy your success do what it do. And not only that, man, but like people don't realize is that whenever you have that drive, it becomes contagious, and you want to surround yourself around people that when I all right, I'm gonna tell you right now. If I do a live saying this IPTV service is shutting down, FBI investigating this content creator for streaming or whatever, I'm gonna let you know, bro. This the live will have over 1,000 people in it. No cap. I did one about a week or two ago. No cap. We're gonna have 1,000 people in it. But it takes a special individual to be an entrepreneur, man. To have that drive, to be able to push to higher heights. This not for everybody, man. That's why everyone is not successful, and that's why when the company when the foundation say, all right, we need to get y'all ready for audit, you have to get a you have to pay a consultant to come in. Now, the foundation said we're going to give you the money to pay the consultant to come and look at your books or whatever and to advise you of where you need to be. So the director at the time, that let's pray that doesn't happen up in here. IPTV is still king. The director at the time is hesitant by the price that one of the consultants that was recommended was charging. And I remember being in the staff meeting, they were looking over the numbers and stuff. I'm like, hey, this is not coming from our budget. The foundation is paying this individual to help get us ready for this audit. And when the staff meeting, they was like, why is she getting paid so much? She's not doing anything. Her Her proposal is to work with us for 3 months, and she's gonna make, for lack of a better term, she's gonna make $10,000, or she's gonna make $30,000 in 3 months. And my thing was to them in the staff meeting is that her prices is her prices. Apparently, somebody is paying those prices. Apparently, her value, right? Because she's not swapping time for money. Her value determines that price point. Because she was recommended to you by the foundation, which means that she worked with them in the past and she worked with others in the past. Because she solved so many problems, right? And she got a history of solving those problems. All right. Now she's to the point where she can charge $10,000 for 2 weeks, $30,000 for 3 months. She put herself in that position. All right. She put herself in that position. When I started my consulting business, because I had 15 plus years in the game, and I'm talking about in the nonprofit world, had 15 plus years in the game. I'd have been all over the country and work with politicians or whatever. So my first contract was for 1 year, 2 hours a week, $65,000. First contract. Somebody's like, man, you mean to tell me you want to work two hours a week? You know? Yeah, bro. You know, only 2 hours a week. You know, and when I got to do meetings and all of that, $100 an hour. All right. So my skill set, what I brought to the table, warranted me getting that. And so whenever you're going through something and you finally make it out, document it, man. Document it while you're going through it, because that information is worth something to somebody else. It can help somebody else. It can help somebody spiritually, might be able to help somebody financially. So sometimes, man, why you think self-help books and spiritual books and mental books sell so well? Relationship books sell so well. Sometimes it just helps somebody mentally, right? Somebody talk about a bad divorce that they went through, and they have the ability to organize, right? Chronologize everything they went through, and they put it in a book. Boom. And typically females are the ones that read that type of stuff, right? Because they're looking for answers to their problem. What's the problem? Just like the supply chain is the problem right now. That's why these companies about to do these Black Friday deals early. What's the problem? They have relationship issues. You probably have been through 1,000 bad relationships, right? You probably have some advice that you can offer someone that's going through it. I know me, man, when my first wife walked out on me and I had 3 boys to raise, one of the things I quickly realized is that as a single father, it's harder. At least back then, as a single father, it's harder. You don't get all of the help that single mothers get. All right. When I showed up to child support court, the DA pulling me to the side, saying how much money I owe. I'm saying, bro, I'm not here to pay. I'm here to collect. Right. That there wasn't any blueprint that I was aware of being a single father with young kids. My oldest was 8, my youngest was 5, and I had 3 boys. All right. There wasn't any blueprint or of, well, how do, as a single father, how do I go to the daycare without, because to be honest, all of these mothers and stuff, usually the ones that bring the kids to the daycare. Head Start, I was usually the only guy, So how do I fit in this new world? There wasn't a blueprint. Okay. If there was a video or an ebook that's get the or even a hard copy book, right? Or video course or something where someone would have told me how to cope with it or give me resources to help me, I would have got it. I would have got it, man. I would have got it. So basically, man, find a problem, offer a solution. I tell people like this, it's okay to work a 9 to 5, but the goal should be, in my humble opinion, the goal should be acquiring a skill set to where you're able to exchange your knowledge, right, for monetary gain. Bruh, imagine it like this. You got a bunch of diamonds that you're giving away for a penny. Just think about that. Think about this. You wake up every morning and you got 20 diamonds that's worth. I ain't talking about no little bitty piece of the diamonds. 20 diamonds. Let's say you got 20 diamonds and each one of them worth $5,000. All right. And every day you go to work, you're giving them away. You're giving them away, right? You got 24 hours in a day. So most people work 8 hours or whatever. So you give away 8 diamonds to your job for a penny. All right. So then after work or whatever, you might belong to a club or something, or you might just watch a whole bunch of TV. So between your hobbies, your family life, and whatever, you probably have and your sleep time, right? You probably give away the rest of the diamonds, right? 24 hours in a day. If you like me, you're getting at least 4 hours sleep, right? I go to bed at 2 in the morning. I'm up for 6:03. Okay. Uh, that's just hypothetically said you give away those diamonds for pennies. No matter how many diamonds you have. Those diamonds are priceless. That's what we do with the time. That's what we do with time, man. Is that time is something you can't buy, but yet steadily giving your time away. I'm gonna say that again. Time is something that you can't buy, but you steadily giving your time away for a dollar amount. Bruh, you can't pay me for an hour of my life. It's priceless. Look, as a clergy, you know, I've been too many times to count in the ICU ward, right? Um, I done seen people, take their last breath. I done pray with families, right? I done talked to people who got a bad diagnosis, right? And know that they don't have that much time. What do you think they would pay for 1 hour? 1 hour of life. Someone that's transitioning, how much money you think they would give to have one more hour with their family member, loved one, kids, or one hour left to do something that they find worthwhile in life. When you have that mindset that you're giving away diamonds every day, right? And that your time is priceless. When you have that mindset, then you put a different value on time. So when somebody be like, let me pay you for an hour, be like, you can't really pay me for an hour. You can't afford me for an hour. There's no amount of money in the world that you can give me for an hour of my life. But what you can do, you can compensate me for my value. All right. And I'm going to set that value. People be like, oh man, your price is too high, or this person price too high. Man, their prices, like I said about that consultant, uh, your prices are your prices. And I'm a firm believer is that if a person price is too high, the market's going to dictate that. If nobody's not buying their product, they're going to lower their price. So why are you going to sit up there fussing and complain about the price too high? Now you complain because you can't afford it. Other people can. That's why their price is their price. So I recommend, guys, that you take advantage of this debacle with the supply chain. I recommend that you look at exactly how you can capitalize, like we mentioned earlier. All right, what can I do? Can I use like a credit card, or get some type of access to credit, right? And start buying these products when they go on sale next week, right? These Black Friday sales, and sit on it. And then when everybody looking to go and buy stuff and they can't get it, I have it, right? And so I can put it on the market and I can make a profit because buy cheap, sell high. I can make a profit, all right? It's, man, just imagine if you got, let's say, Beats headphones, just for example. Just imagine if you got like some Beats phones and Best Buy sold out, and nobody can't find it nowhere. And you put it on eBay on auction, and the retail price is probably $300. You paid 150, all right, and on auction, you walk away from auction somebody then paid 400 for it, you know, and you do that with item after item after item, and at the end of the day, you know, made an extra 2 grand just by taking advantage of the current situation. You know, think about if you buy a pallet of returns and you market it correctly, right? And you selling high price items or items that's in high demand at low market value because it's returns, but you tested it and it worked and it's like new. Okay, boom, you man, you can make a killing. Can make a killing. This stuff just requires a little imagination. That's all. It requires a little imagination. And after you're willing to put in the work, at the end of the day, guys, there's opportunity right there. You're only going to go as far as your hustle take you. So just remember that you, as an individual, have the potential to change your life if you change your thoughts. So yeah, the Black Friday sales is going to be popping next week. Just check it out, man. Just check it out. Here's your boy taking a bathroom. Until next time, peace. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out the video courses in the description of this video, guys. Look, we will keep bringing good content to you as long as you keep interacting, guys. It takes a different breed. It takes a different breed to be an entrepreneur. Stop exchanging time for money. Peace.